Morning, cuties. Today I thought that I would do something a little bit different than normal. Nashville has been having a lot of art insurgence happening in every neighborhood. So today I thought that I would explore my neighborhood and see what art lies within. There's so much art going on. There's giant murals, there's commercial-based art pieces, there's even your typical street art that may be semi-illegal. We're going to check out all of them. So I'm going to show you all the spots where these are located so that you can kind of go on a scavenger hunt yourself. So here's the area that we plan to explore, starting all the way up at Charlotte and ending kind of over near 8th South. I find there to be something really magical about art in public places. It kind of resonates and creates a space, and I just think that that's really neat. That I don't know, it kind of invokes an emotion and connects you to the neighborhood, and I think that's neat. We are coming up on the first piece. We are about a block and a half away from Charlotte. I'm not sure there's much down there, but there is one just across the street. So we're gonna wait for traffic to clear and then we will head over and check it out. So I stumbled upon this one when we kind of first moved to the neighborhood, and it's kind of hidden. You might walk past it and not even notice it, but that's kind of why I like it a lot. So this piece in particular is actually seen several different areas around this particular neighborhood in different variations. So I actually just walked past one back there, and I might show it to you, but it looks like they tried to remove it, so that's kind of a bummer. The other spot, which I'll show you later in this video, is only a single penguin, but you can tell it's the same stencil, same artist, the whole thing. So I'm kind of thinking that he or she tagged up this neighborhood with that particular one, but to me that one's a real gem. I'm glad that they haven't gotten rid of it as of yet, because it really resonates. So just around the corner from that same location is this building here. And as you can see, there definitely is a lot of illegal street art going on with the spray paint and all of that kind of stuff. But the one that always kind of stands out to me, and it's starting to kind of fade now, but is this double giraffe sticker. It's unfortunate that it's starting to kind of lose its muster, but again, it's hanging tight and it's super cute. So just around the block from that particular sticker is some more street art. And the street art I'm about to show you actually, again, is more of the stencil kind of style, but it's also really cool and kind of unique to the area. You weren't paying attention. Oh, it's gone. No. So the one I was gonna show has actually been painted over. That's a bummer. So what I was gonna say is, if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't even notice that it was there. Oh, but look what I just found. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what's cool. Check this out. Man, these things are everywhere. That's a new one. I never even noticed that one before. So this guy must have just hit up the whole neighborhood with his purple penguins. So street art originally got kind of its start in being this like illegal activity that kind of goes against the mainstream and is almost like a tagging. I think it might have even come from some of the graffiti art that kind of erupted in the 1980s. However, that's not all that is going on in art in public spaces. A giant mural at Porter and 12th North, which shows a gentleman. Again, we are Music City, so this definitely kind of highlights that. But it's a giant mural. You'll see a lot of that starting to crop up in the city as well. There's kind of this resurgence or embracing of public art that is commissioned. So that's probably a commissioned piece. Man, I'm still kind of bummed that they painted over that one piece that I was gonna show you, because it kind of added to the flair. Now we're heading down 11th Avenue South, heading towards the residential district of the Gulch. There's a few pieces down there that I'm really excited to show off. Huh. There's this cool thing I just noticed, which is sticker art. I don't know if it was purposely done to be sticker art. It was kind of a unique sticker. I was not expecting that. And that's why I love this kind of stuff, because it catches your eye and it just makes you stop and want to do a double take, which is what, you know, art should in some ways do. Is that what I think it is? It is! It's a giant pimento bug, aka cockroach. Cockroaches. Yuck. One important thing when out on this journey is to definitely look in the nooks and crannies and even on the back of signs, because sometimes people hide some really cool sticker art back there. As of yet though, I'm not seeing any. We are coming up to this restaurant-esque type district. And recently on Facebook, I saw that it was being painted, so I actually wanted to see either how far along he is or if he is still, in fact, painting it. And I can see it from here. Very cool. There it is. Well, scaffolding's still here, so I imagine he is still in the works of painting it. That looks really cool, especially with the shading that he did underneath of it. Very cool. So the next piece that we're coming up on is massive. It's actually two different artists commissioned by a group called the Nashville Walls Project. Basically, her mission is to bring art into public spaces because of the emotional connection and bond that it makes with that community. And so just a couple months ago, she got this one, and it's actually literally right in my backyard, and it's massive. It's huge, it's awesome, it's beautiful, it's colorful, it's vibrant. I absolutely love it. So we've got the first artist there, and his was based on nature. The artist for this one uses geometry and color, which is in stark contrast to the nature one. But they both complement each other really well. This one actually has become more of a tourist destination, I think, because people really do like to get their picture with that in the background because of the colors and how it kind of, you know, offsets them in their selfies. I think it ended up taking these artists about a week, if I remember correctly, to complete both pieces, both this geometry one and the nature inspired one. It was really neat actually to see their progress. I tried to take some photos and videos while they were doing it, but man, that would take a lot of dedication for how long it took them to complete that whole ensemble. But I'm glad to have it in my neighborhood, that's for sure. Now, the thing about art in public places is that, to me, they all have a very special and unique aspect to them, but for some reason, the piece that I'm about to show you is actually probably the most famous or most popular, specifically with tourists. This one's the most famous, most Instagrammed. It's called What Lifts You. It's definitely a piece that a lot of people flock to. Living in this neighborhood, I have a lot of tourists hit me up and ask me how to find it. You are beautiful. I love those "You Are Beautiful" stickers. I just get a kick out of them. Plus, they always put a smile on my face. All right, on to the next destination. There's so much. It's really hard to not go a step without seeing some art of some type. So I don't think anyone would designate a train yard to be an art haven, but oftentimes when I'm walking the dog up here, I really do see some really cool art stenciled on the sides or painted or spray painted on the sides of the actual train. Depending on where the trains come from, you see actually different styles. So every now and then I do actually, when I'm up here, I will sit and admire some of the artwork that I see on some of these trains. Right now I'm not really seeing any that's that unique, but this is definitely a spot to check some of that stuff out sometimes. I think I see one up here. I'm just gonna come take a walk just to see. Might not be that good, but you'll get a gist for what I'm talking about. It's hit or miss. It's kind of like this revolving art show, so to speak, so you never know what you're gonna get, but sometimes you will actually see some really cool gems parked up here at the train yard. So right now we are on 9th Avenue South, over kind of in the warehouse district near Peg Leg Porker, and as I had mentioned, unlike the others, and there's only one of them. I decided to take an extra little jaunt down to the train bridge because a lot of times that seems to be a spot where a lot of people hit up. It's also kind of the spot where they tend to cover them up the most, meaning that their shelf life of being exposed to the masses tends to be a little bit shorter than some of the other places. But hopefully there will be a couple up here that I might be able to show off. I do know that they have painted over a few as of recently, but I think there's still a few that are remaining. I don't even know if most people would call this street art, but there is a reason why I'm calling it street art. And that's basically because you can find the same art piece, coloration, style, everything on I-40, and it's definitely well seen, well known. I absolutely love this piece, and I'm so glad that they've left it here. The other one is this little tiny sticker that says love. And if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't even notice it there, but I don't know, it's colorful, it's cute, I like it. Generally, this bridge tends to have it on both sides, so we're going to take a peek at the other side just to see if there's anything there. Oh, there are a couple. Yeah, I can't quite make out what that one is, but it's hanging tough. I'm sure it'll be covered over shortly, but looks like there's been a couple that have been removed up there, but one's still remaining. It's kind of a bummer, but you know, it happens. When it's illegal, you kind of take what you can get. So, but oh, here's some new ones I've never seen before. I feel like this is another one that I'm seeing crop up a lot in this neighborhood. It's actually one that was over on the train bridge and was removed. And then another one that I'm about to show you actually has that in a much larger format. So I think there's a new artist in the area, so to speak. Now, Nashville doesn't just focus in on commissioned art pieces or just the illegal kind of street art. It also does it for commercial purposes, and that too has an art form to it. Check out this Carter vintage guitars. This thing is massive. a beautiful advertisement piece for the store. They even have the other side of the building all painted up. So here's a gem that Nick and I just recently found when we walked the Party Foul. And it definitely is, it's that same artist. Remember I was telling you with the cat with the glasses? Good or bad, this is my life. You know, I kind of like it. Just to give you some perspective of where we are in the neighborhood, Party Foul is over there, 8th Avenue is over there, and the Gulch is back over in that direction. I can smell me some peg leg porker. I love their cooking. Look, there it is. They're doing their cook. So yummy. But the reason why I'm taking you down this alleyway is because there is an awesome mural that was commissioned for them. So it's kind of like a like an advertisement piece, but again, it's another color to the neighborhood. Here it is. We're now heading up into the Overton Street area of the Gulch, which has some new emerging restaurants, some residential, and kind of loops you back around to the main residential area of the Gulch. And there's a few really cool pieces that have been commissioned up in this area. I even found a hidden alleyway, which I'm going to see if I can take you into, which has a possible illegal graffiti work. So we're going to see what we can do. Here's one that Yazoo's had on the side of its building for quite some time. It's almost like a psychedelic polar bear with raccoon and a snake in a bottle. Just chilling. I've heard some rumors that Yazoo will be exiting this particular facility, so I'm curious if that mural is going to stay there or not. If not, then we've since recorded it for all eternity. We're coming up on the hidden alleyway. Like I said, I'm not quite sure how close I'll be able to get to it. You might be able to get it from a few different angles. All right. So here's one end of it. It's got a Street Fighter dude. It goes down the whole length of the building. We're going to see if we can get more of a shot from a different angle. I think it's open. Let's check this out. A whole alleyway. Sometimes my favorite ones are the hidden ones. For a second I thought he had a taco in his hand. Aww. Look, it looks like it has my favorite number and it says you're awesome. Now that's awesome. Super cool. Super cool. All right, now time to get myself out of here. This kind of looks like it's an area where homeless might sleep and or drink. So, since it's an alleyway that has no exit, I'm going to make my exit. At the conclusion of the other massive mural with the two artists that was commissioned by the Nashville Walls Project, over near the Nashville scene. She also commissioned 2 local artists from Nashville to paint one on the Overton side of town. So we're gonna check that one out. Here it is. Two totally different styles going on. So we've got a very muted colored one that tends to have some sort of tribal vibe to it. They merge together into this hexagon looking symbol with tons of bright light and color coming out of it. Now I think this particular artist is painting one over on the east side, because when we went over to 5 Points the other day, I think that I saw something very similar to that being done over on that side of town. We are up on Division Street near Yazoo, and we've come across another art piece. Literally, you can find art everywhere. That is what is so cool about this art in public spaces. This one's kind of hidden off the beaten track. It's part of a self-storage facility. It's nothing massive or crazy, but it is very unique and telling of the city, and it's definitely worth a gander. You find this in the Gulch, you get the golden ticket for the scavenger hunt, because this one is hidden. I was kind of hoping that sticker would still be there. So last I remember, I think I got the vibe that that was for some sort of bachelor party, because I did see those stickers located throughout the Gulch, and maybe they were stop points or something like that. Either way, I thought it was hilarious, and when I saw it about a couple months ago, it just kind of made me laugh a little bit on the inside. So random and so hidden. Look, I found one. See, this is what I'm talking about. I actually remember seeing this particular stencil heading into the parking lot of my apartment complex. And it was there for about maybe 2 to 3 days before it was subsequently painted over. So I guess they made their mark in another spot. I'm glad I got to see it. I'm glad I found it. That's kind of cool. I hope that you enjoyed our little jaunt through the Gulch today, checking out some of the street art that is literally cropping up every single day. Some of them are commissioned, some of them are pure advertisement, and some of them are your old school, illegal, tag up the space. I love it. I hope you love it. If you like this type of content, feel free to give me a like or subscribe. I love to hear your comments, so please share. Until next time, bye y'all.